Prince Harry has suffered a setback and lost his initial bid to an appeal against a High Court ruling over his personal security in the UK. In February, the Duke of Sussex lost his legal challenge against the Home Office's decision to change the level of his personal security. His lawyers had argued that he was singled out because he'd no longer be given the same degree of security when visiting from the United States. But the High Court ruled the decision to change his security status was not unlawful and there had been no procedural unfairness. Now, Prince Harry had received full publicly funded security protection, but that was before he and his wife Meghan decided to step back from royal duties to pursue a life in California in 2020. Although Prince Harry's initial appeal attempt has been rejected, this is not over, and Prince Harry plans to continue this legal fight. His legal team said the Duke of Sussex will be seeking permission from the Court of Appeal to challenge the decision of Mr Justice Lane. Now, looking at the response online to this development, there's little sympathy for Prince Harry. One user wrote, "If there was a more nauseating couple on the planet, I'd love to see it." Another posted, "Whingers never quit," and another wrote, "I have a solution to the problem. Don't come back." Now, this comes as Prince Harry prepares to return to the UK next month and after reports that King Charles is extending an olive branch to Harry and Meghan so he can get to know his grandchildren. It has been revealed that King Charles may be extending an olive branch to his youngest son, Prince Harry, and daughter-in-law, Meghan Markle, and invite them to Balmoral Castle in Scotland. What more can you tell us about this?
Yes, so a source has told Page 6 that His Majesty is considering, quote, extending an olive branch to Prince Harry, Meghan Markle and their two children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. Now, we know that the King has not seen Princess Lilibet since before the death of Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. The last time he saw Princess Lilibet was at the Platinum Jubilee of Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. It's kind of been hinted at by sources that ever since his cancer diagnosis, that King Charles is, quote, desperate to see his grandchildren, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, and we know that that tensions between him and his son Prince Harry have sort of warmed somewhat. Things are not quite so tense between the King and Prince Harry. We know that after the King revealed his bombshell cancer diagnosis, Prince Harry was on the first flight out of Montecito rushing to see his father, even if it was just 15 minutes at the palace. Whether it was a PR stunt, we don't know Prince Harry's motivations behind that visit, but what we do know is that he does actually care about his father, and despite his father's very busy schedule, his father at least wants to see his son. And I've had a source tell me months upon months ago, actually, that King Charles does miss Prince Harry. King Charles misses his son, and there were at least some talks maybe that were going on behind the scenes to see whether he can come back in some form, not necessarily to work. We know, I think several sources have been very clear that actually Prince William has definitely drawn the line in the sand. We know that Prince Harry and what him and Meghan have said in their documentaries, in the Oprah interview and in Spare, they have done potentially immeasurable damage to the reputation of the Prince of Wales, especially. I mean, for Meghan Markle to make the claims to a gobsmacked and shocked Oprah with her mouth wide open, saying that two members of the royal family, which have since been reported unsubstantiated to be the King and the Princess of Wales, for them to say that there was, quote, concerns, unquote, of the colour of a future of their child's skin colour. I mean, it was outrageous. Some of the they have done absolutely immeasurable damage. And now we see Meghan Markle at the Thanksgiving service at the time of the Platinum Jubilee, dressed in a white outfit that was similar to Wallis Simpson. So things are still very much a long way off. But we do see at least rumors of a potential olive branch reconciliation between the King and Prince Harry, not so much between his brother Prince William. Now, some of the royal family do stay in Balmoral, and Balmoral might just also be the perfect place for them to potentially reconcile. We know that Balmoral might invoke some difficult memories for Prince Harry. That was where Prince Harry and Prince William and now King Charles were located the night that Princess Diana did pass away, was killed in that tragic car accident in Paris. So although that might invoke painful memories, Balmoral is a very peaceful place, but it could be a place that emphasizes the bond that they all share together, that togetherness, that sticking together as a family unit when the times do get tough. So Balmoral also might just be the perfect place for a potential reconciliation, and it could be beautiful surroundings for His Majesty the King to properly get to know his grandchildren, which he doesn't really know.
And of course, that is something that King Charles would want. And as you say, he's the one extending the olive branch, but that rift between Harry and William appears to be very much still there. Now, there are reports that the Duchess of Sussex could be joining Prince Harry on his trip to the UK for the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games. But Meghan Markle apparently doesn't feel wanted in the UK and fears being thrown back into the anxiety-fueled visit may not be a good thing. Well, Josh, she's probably right. She probably has a point. I'm not sure how comfortable I would feel going back to the UK if I was Meghan Markle.
Yeah, I think she most definitely has a point there. I will give it to Meghan Markle. I don't think she is particularly wanted in the UK at the moment. I think Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have a lot of work to do, not just in their rehabilitation within the royal family, but also the rehabilitation of their public image. All they have done is trash the country, trashed our institutions, trashed how it's worked for the past 3 years, and they've come across as pretty self-entitled. I mean, Meghan and Harry especially doing all the moaning from their huge mansion in Montecito, woe is me, paying for security, when this is money that the average British citizen, and I think the average Australian too, can only dream of. So they've come across as self-entitled. I mean, their popularity all over the place has really been going down the pan. They're just this week, Princess Catherine has been voted the most popular royal, approval ratings of over 70%. Meghan Markle is absolutely nowhere near that level. So I see exactly where Meghan's coming from, and whilst Prince Harry is a prince of the realm and the country has amazing memories of Prince Harry working, representing the country in Afghanistan, being a prince of everyone's hearts, his cheeky adverts with the Invictus Games with his late grandmother, the Queen. The UK has taken Harry to their hearts over a number of years, so there's still the sentimental value with Harry there, and especially we can't help but look at what he does with Invictus and admire him for that. But Meghan Markle does not have that same power. She only really came on the scene in 2017 and 2018 when she started up that relationship with Prince Harry. She hasn't grown up in the UK public eye. So when we see someone who's been absolutely trashing the royal family that we've been growing up with, making absolutely bombshell statements, being seen almost as this royal rebel rouser, I mean, she doesn't have that same sentimental value that Prince Harry has in this country, regardless of Prince Harry's own opinion ratings anyway. There's still at least love left with Prince Harry. I don't think it's the same with Meghan Markle. So I definitely see exactly where Meghan Markle's coming from. And actually, we talk about the royals and all of this stuff, and royal commentators say, well, this one overshadows the king, this one overshadows this one, as Prince Harry overshadowed the Prince of Wales, and all of that stuff in the past. Well, actually, I think Meghan Markle being at the Invictus Games would only be a distraction within Harry, when Harry's in that environment where he feels most at home, and that is promoting a cause that he feels so passionate about, helping wounded army veterans. Meghan would be a distraction. And also, can I just say, I think it would be understandable for Meghan to stay at home as she cares for her young children. So I don't think people would necessarily hold it against her for that. And I think this is, if Harry does want to rehabilitate his image within the royal family and within the country, I think Harry at first might have to do that alone and then bring Meghan with him.